You might ask yourself how I got in this position. Well, I'll explain that later. Let's just say there was a lot of lack of talent involved. I really did not know what to expect as we headed out on this Land of Enchantment journey. I had never done a lot of off road riding. Hell, let's just say I hadn't done any off road riding, just a little bit here in the Ozarks, and I probably bit off a little more than I could chew heading over to the New Mexico BDR. I was a little apprehensive as I ain't gonna lie, I didn't want to hurt myself, and with the rash of injuries amongst some of my riding friends who have been off road, again I just was a little apprehensive. We really had a good time. I was so glad that I did this with Adon. The reason being is he's very even keeled, never got up and down, and was a very positive influence. So it was really good, as there were times where I knew he could have ran off and left me, but he was very patient, and it was really glad to have him along on the trip. I did enjoy my time there. I will say that I will do more dual sport riding, but I will pick and choose on the type of terrain that I'll get involved with, as there were times where I just wasn't having any fun and it was a lot of work. And I know that some dual sport riders or adventure riders love that and they love the challenge, and look, more power to you. I get it. But when I ride a motorcycle, I want to have fun doing it. And when I'm not enjoying myself, it's not fun. So I will do it again. I'll just pick and choose on the routes. And I wanted to kind of bring you guys along and just show you some of the cool stuff that we did see. So you may be asking yourself, what kind of roads does he like to ride off-road? And I have to say that I love forest roads. I like the fact that you can ride on the road. You don't have to worry about deep sand. You can look around and truly enjoy the scenery. These times really made me think back to my childhood, is when my parents took me up in the national forest and we just camped and enjoyed life and got away from everybody. That's the kind of dual sport riding I really, truly want to do. When we were doing this in New Mexico, I have to say I was in my happy place and truly enjoying the ride. It was challenging at parts, but nothing too crazy. But boy, the scenery was amazing, and just another reason why I like riding in New Mexico. Ah, nice tarmac. Yeah, that's one thing I did like about the BDR, was it allowed us to get on some nice surface and tarmac and have some good twisty fun after giving ourselves a little bit of a break from being on the dirt all the time. I really did enjoy this about the BDR, and what's not to like about these cool roads. One of my most favorite days on this journey was when we rode into Pie Town, New Mexico. And if you've never been there, it's a little bitty place, and guess what? They're famous for pie. We decided to stop into one of the only open restaurants that were there. And when we walked in, we were greeted with about 40 hikers sitting inside. The place was packed, and the owner basically looked at us and said, "Have a seat where you can find one, and we'll be with you in the next 20, 30 minutes." But I have to say, I am so glad we did this. I think Adon and I both enjoyed our 2 hours spent in Pie Town. We got to speak to the hikers who were doing the CDT, and boy, my hat's off to them, as they are some very brave young people. There were people there from Belgium. We spoke to one young lady who was from Ohio. I'll put her Instagram in here. She had hitchhiked down to Mexico and was going to spend the next 6 months doing the CDT. And boy, some of the stories I heard, it was pretty crazy. Getting water out of cattle troughs along the desert in New Mexico and having to fight the heat and going 20, 25, 30 miles a day. Doesn't sound fun to me, but boy, it sure brought smiles to their face, and it brought smiles to ours as we got to hear their stories. Most of them were eating 2 and 3 big pieces of pie as they were trying to get all the calories, and so Adon and I had to fit in, so we did some damage on some pie as well. But man, it would just have to say that the Pie Town run on this trip was amazing, and I wish the best for all those CDT hikers, and I have a newfound respect for you all. We really did have a good time on this trip. Always loved visiting New Mexico, and doing the part of the BDR was just a lot of fun. They were having a lot of forest fires. The poor state was really in trouble as they had some of the largest forest fires on record going on at that time. They did close down the national forest the day after we left, so we were glad that we got to participate. But it did alter our plans a little bit as we had to cut down and do a little more slabbing than we really wanted to. We did get to stop in Albuquerque, have lunch with Jamie's family, so that was kind of cool. But we really did have a good time on this trip. It was 9 days, 1,600 and some miles, so we had a truly enjoyable time, and we got to see a lot of beautiful scenery and just got to explore a little bit of New Mexico. Next time we do the BDR, may leave out a couple sections. I could do away with the sand again, and but the rocky sections were okay, and I didn't forget, we're going to talk about that other part too at the beginning, but here's some more scenery for you to enjoy. Well, for those of you who have stuck around this far, we'll talk about what happened at the beginning of this video. This was after we had got to Antonio, Colorado, and we were heading back down, going from north to south, back down toward Chama. It was fairly rocky, and we had read that it was best to do it from north to south, and we were kind of glad we did, as gravity helped us out a little bit as it was. It was beautiful, but it got pretty rocky from time to time, and which was okay. Didn't seem to have too many issues. We kind of took it easy and just made our way. Wasn't in a real hurry to do anything. We did kind of really get to enjoy the scenery here in between trying to make sure you didn't fall down and hurt something. But as we got further down the trail here, you can see the biggest thing that I did was I really target fixated up here, and which was kind of crazy because right there you can see I'm kind of did it at the beginning, but when I roll up on this hill, I don't know why I went up there. It's kind of crazy. I don't even know why I reached up there. I don't know why I was even heading up there. So I could have made it down easy. Well, I won't say easy, but I shouldn't have went up there. And once I got up there, I didn't have any way to put my feet down, and so it just kind of got out of control from there. But after that, we just kind of regrouped a little bit. Don was very patient. And then we made it down the rest of the hill, and everything was okay. But again, it was all my fault. I call it lack of talent, and it kind of showed itself there. I don't think I would do that same mistake again going down that same section. This wraps up this video, folks. Again, sorry, I had some technical difficulties. My Cine camera has been acting up, and I didn't get to capture much audio from that. That's why all the voiceover. And also, we're just kind of... man, it was hot and everything during this trip, so didn't film as much as I should, and I apologize for that, but man, really did have a good time. I want to thank Adon for tagging along with me. It was a great time. We really enjoyed ourselves, and that about wraps it up. Again, thanks, folks, for checking it out. I will put a link up above from the first part video, just so you can check that out if you missed it. If you do like what you see, make sure you... hit the button, do all the YouTube stuff, all that cool stuff. We're at 700 subscribers, so we're getting much closer to our goal of 1,000, and we want to thank you guys for that. Again, also, we have a new merchandise provider, so shopoverlandapparel.com. So go check them out if you're looking for any of our gear. And again, just thanks for watching the video, and stick around. We're going to have some more pictures as we finish this up. Thanks again for everybody for watching. Take care and ride safe.